ProudMusicLibrary.com.
The Man of a Crossroads is a fresco painting by Diego Rivera.
There were so many interesting things happening in this painting.
It's very complexing, but it tells a story of historical and crucial periods of a time in the nation.
To give a little history, we must start by talking about the author.
Diego Rivera, which is the shortened version of his name, was a famous painter. He's known for painting large murals that depicted revolutionary ideas. In 1939, he was commissioned by Nelson Rockefeller for the Rockefeller Center building in New York City. The painting was not completed at that time because Rivera's painting became very controversial. It depicted the Russian Vladimir Lenin, who was the leader of a communist party. At that time, America was in fear of a communist party. The Rockefellers asked Rivera to change the painting, which he did not want to do because he felt it was a conflict of his ideas. He himself was connected to the Mexican Communist Party. Because he refused to delete the image of Lenin, the work was stopped and destroyed. Rivera later finished the small mural in Mexico City and retitled it Man, Controller of the Universe. When I look at this painting, I see the artist telling the story of a hostile political climate. There's industrialism, which you can see by the number of workers and machinery. There's science, which is predicted on the propellers which spans the painting. There is also an extra machine that shows an image of a skeleton. There are also signs of religion. There is a cross and a picture of Zeus, god of thunder, whose hands have been cut off. There's a depiction of war, World War I, with soldiers in gas masks, carrying guns and warplanes flying overhead. Animals and babies appear to be in harmony. A great big harmony. It depicted capitalism on one side of a mural and communism on the other, with the man as the main figure in the center of a painting. On one part of a painting, Rivera depicts people protesting for food and labor while the police are behind them with billy clubs raised. I pointed this out because even today, as wealthy as our nations are, we are still struggling with food shortage and people protesting for their rights. I also marked Lenin's face because of the ironing is emphasizing Lenin as Russian leader. We now have a Russian president who has declared war and is trying to take over the Ukraine. Even after almost 100 years of Rivera's painting, Man at the Crossroads, there are many similarities of life then and now. Science is always evolving, war is still being fought, people are still on picket lines fighting for their rights, and religion is still a major issue of what is right and what is wrong. Diego Rivera's works are still very much as relevant then as it is now.